Thank you for joining us for this look at some of the best stories from KPBS News this week. I'm John Carroll. Coming up, a state of emergency in Carlsbad. The city takes a rare step to respond to damage done by recent storms. Media consolidation in San Diego. Our Public Matters team looks at Sinclair's push to own 3 of San Diego's television stations. And Liberty Station at 25. See how the Navy property has grown into a local hub for artists. We start with a warning. This first story may be disturbing to viewers. The San Diego Rodeo is expected to draw thousands of people to Petco Park this weekend. KPBS reporter Jacumba says it comes amid a lawsuit that alleges animal cruelty by rodeo organizers.
Horse hooves pound the ground at a fully dirt-covered rendition of Petco Park. A rider performs tricks on her steed Thursday morning. It's a glimpse of what's to come at the San Diego Rodeo this weekend.
I was born in a rodeo family, so it's in my blood since day one. When my parents roped at home, I'd always get on the calves, so they figured that day that I was going to be a bull rider.
18-year-old bull rider Jeremy Masonov says your body has to react fast and strong, and tunnel vision takes over when competition starts.
8 seconds feels like not that long until you're on the back of a bull.
Suhey Rosas is Miss Rodeo California. She lives in Tecate and grew up on both sides of the border in the rodeo scene. Rosas says there's a wide range of events that involve horses and cattle at the rodeo.
Here specifically at San Diego Rodeo, I'm excited for team roping. It's my favorite event. We have 2 cowboys, a header and a heeler, who will both rope the head and the legs of the calf, and then for the fastest time.
The rodeo's use of animals for sport is the subject of a lawsuit in San Diego Superior Court alleging animal cruelty. Multiple animal rights groups are also protesting the 3-day event. Amit Duleja is co-founder of Strategic Action for Animals.
There's cruel events like calf roping where baby calves are forced to run 20 miles an hour, jerked, slammed to the ground, and those are inherently cruel and do result in injuries and sometimes death to those animals.
The San Diego Rodeo is presented in partnership by the San Diego Padres. The organization would not provide KPBS an interview and did not immediately provide a statement. Attorney Brian Peace gave closing arguments in the lawsuit today. He represents nonprofit groups Animal Protection and Rescue League in showing animals respect and kindness.
What we are seeking is an unfair business practices injunction that would prohibit San Diego Padres as well as C5 Rodeo from engaging in specific acts of cruelty.
He's hoping to stop specific acts at the rodeo, including what he describes as roping baby calves and slamming them to the ground and using bucking straps on animals. He says at least 2 horses have been seriously injured or died at San Diego Rodeo in past years. Pease expects a verdict in the coming weeks. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
One way to follow KPBS News is by subscribing to our YouTube page. Get notified when new content is posted. You'll get updated stories from our newsroom, podcasts, and locally produced shows. YouTube is also where we live stream KPBS Evening Edition weekdays at 5. There are lingering impacts from a recent storm in North County. As a result, the Carlsbad City Council voted to approve a rare emergency proclamation to deal with beach erosion. KPBS North County reporter Alexander Nguyen says the move is necessary to speed up repairs to a storm drain that was damaged by rain.
This stretch of bluffs overlooking South Carlsbad State Beach is popular with walkers, joggers, and bikers.
I do walk this bluff pretty often, like almost every day.
Anjali Heppel says she's not surprised by the erosion, especially after the recent storms.
This whole coastline has been kind of wrecked recently.
That's why the city declared an emergency. It came after the governor's own declaration because of storm damage here and elsewhere in the state. The city says a portion of the bluff near Carlsbad Boulevard and Solomar Drive was restricted because of erosion. The recent rains damaged the integrity of the storm drain pipe here. That is concerning to surfer Michael Andrews.
Definitely scary. This is a local surf spot, and I'm always nervous about the bluffs eroding more and more. As you can see, some of the paths down the side of the bluffs are not too enforced.
In a statement, Carlsbad City Manager Jeff Patno says the safety of our residents and visitors is our top priority. Proclaiming a local emergency allows us to act quickly, coordinate resources, and reduce potential risks. The city has already started the repairs. Work is expected to take a couple of weeks. In the meantime, the city has created this temporary walkway to keep the public safe. But Hebel isn't too convinced. She's still concerned about the integrity of the bluff.
No, it's definitely concerning because, like, if you're walking that path and it just, like, crumbles underneath you, then, like, what then, for real? Like, I don't know. It's such a busy walkway. You see, like, a bunch of people, like, always walking this path. Like, if something were to happen, that would be really tragic.
While the work is underway, the city says people should be cautious in the area. In Carlsbad, Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
A different kind of environmental concern is unfolding in rural East County. Leaders of the Manzanita Band of the Kumeyaay Nation say they were not properly consulted on a massive solar farm being built in Jacumba. KPBS reporter Elaine Alfaro says this is just the latest controversy surrounding that project.
Jacumba is like this unique area where we come and gather, we trade, we have our ceremonies and dances, and so that's why it's important for us to protect this area. Not only that, though, but the bones of our ancestors are here, and that's really what we fight for.
Johnny Eagle Spirit Elliott is a Manzanita Executive Committee member. He remembers coming to Jacumba as a kid, learning from his family about the land and its history. But now, the land is shifting. Elliott and other tribal leaders say the county violated state law by not properly consulting with them on the solar project, even though they made several requests to be involved. Here's Historical Preservation Officer Veronica Santos.
In the tribe's opinion, you did not follow what you should have, the law, by consulting with all the tribes that were in the original documents.
County officials say they did reach out in 2019, but the tribe did not respond by their deadline, and the county says staff continued to contact leaders throughout the years-long approval process. Ultimately, the county gave the developer approval to consult with a Kumeyaay Native American monitoring company. Now, county staff member Mark Slovic says they're working with the developer to find a way to allow monitoring by Manzanita leaders.
And what we're trying to do, I think, is trying to work out a way to get Manzanita brought in, even though it's not part of the conditions of the permit.
Elaine Alfaro, KPBS News.
A little-known database controlled by SANDAG, the San Diego Association of Governments, has long concerned local privacy advocates. Now, as we enter the second year of President Trump's deportation campaign, KPBS reporter Gustavo Solis says advocates are more worried than ever about how federal immigration agents use that data.
For an annual fee of about $200,000, SANDAG grants Homeland Security Investigations and Customs and Border Protection access to a database known as ARGIS. Every law enforcement agency in San Diego County puts data into ARGIS. It contains everything from traffic citations, arrest records, field interviews, and even a local jail census.
Personal details like their driver license data might be stored in ARGIS. People's, I believe, criminal backgrounds or criminal records might be stored in ARGIS.
Seth Hall is a privacy advocate with the Trust SD Coalition. Local police agencies have shared data through ARGIS for decades, but now President Donald Trump's aggressive immigration enforcement tactics are raising new questions about sharing local data with the federal government.
The flip side to that is that it is not always great to share data because sometimes you don't know who you're sharing it with, and you don't know what the motivations of those people might be.
Most concerning is the lack of protections in place to ensure that Border Patrol agents are not using ARGIS for immigration enforcement.
We are at a time where the Trump administration is attacking all immigrants, people with status, without status, with no criminal record. They are CBP, HSI are literally just out there to find as many individuals to detain and deport as possible.
Homaira Yusufi is a senior policy strategist for the Partnership for the Advancement of New Americans, or PANA. Last year, Border Patrol agents gained backdoor access to license plate reader databases across the country, including in El Cajon. And in Chicago, a federal judge wrote that the Border Patrol leadership was, quote, outright lying in her injunction limiting the agency's use of force. Yusufi argues that those incidents show that CBP is not a trustworthy law enforcement partner.
And in the midst of that, these types of systems that share data indiscriminately is putting our immigrant communities in harm's way.
In a statement, a CBP spokesperson said agents use ARGIS in the vast majority of their criminal cases, but would not say whether they use it for immigration enforcement, which they are not allowed to do. SANDAG has several restrictions in place aimed at preventing federal agents from using the database for immigration enforcement, but it's unclear whether they're actually following the rules. SANDAG officials say that the ARGIS user agreement prevents them from auditing the system. Instead, audits only happen when they are requested by a member agency or by the California Department of Justice. And SANDAG told KPBS that it cannot release an audit unless it has the approval of a member agency. The last audit of CBP usage was in 2017. SANDAG officials say CBP will not allow them to share a copy of that audit with KPBS. Yusufi says that the lack of oversight from SANDAG and lack of interest from local politicians may be putting San Diego's immigrant communities at risk of deportation.
It's time for us to get our heads out of the sand and recognize the reality of the threats that are facing all of our communities right now. And we have to reconsider sharing this information, selling this data with agencies that we know will harm San Diegans.
SANDAG's board consists of elected officials from each of San Diego's 18 cities and county board of supervisors. None of the board members agreed to an interview with KPBS for this story. Erin Surumoto Grassi is with Alliance San Diego.
What accountability measures are you going to put in place, right? Can you get those audits? Can you require the auditing to happen? How else can you make it transparent and accountable?
She also argues that ARGIS's data sharing practices may undermine local sanctuary laws.
Our local law enforcement agencies are able to say, yeah, we don't directly share this, but if you are sharing it through your ARGIS database and then ARGIS is selling that information, you may not be directly sharing it, but that information is still being shared, and that's something we should be concerned with.
One of the SANDAG board members is San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. Gloria's office sent a statement that touted his commitment to strengthening local protections for immigrant families. And it referenced an executive order that the mayor signed in July, which reaffirmed the city's resources will not be used for immigration enforcement. But when asked whether the mayor thought that ARGIS was undermining that executive order, his office did not respond. For KPBS, I'm Gustavo Solis.
If you have a tip for the KPBS investigations team, you can send an email to investigations@kpbs.org or message them on our secure signal line at the number you see on your screen, 619-594-8177. That was one of our most popular stories this week at kpbs.org. Here are some others. Rail advocates renew their push for electric trains from San Diego to Los Angeles. Pressure builds on city officials to scrap parking fees in Balboa Park. And San Diego County will pay more than it planned for land in Lemon Grove designated for homeless cabins. Nathan Fletcher is dipping his toes back in the political world, this time as a lobbyist. KPBS investigative reporter Scott Rodd says the former chairman of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors is representing a veterans advocacy group.
Fletcher left public office in 2023 after former Metropolitan Transit System employee Crescia Figueroa filed a sexual misconduct lawsuit against him. He also terminated his run for state senate. Fletcher denied the allegations. A judge dismissed the case last August and reprimanded Figueroa for deleting messages and delaying production of evidence. Weeks later, Fletcher held a press conference.
While I have no desire at all to return to public office, I will look back on the 8 years I spent in San Diego in public office with a measure of pride.
But he wasn't ready to leave politics completely. He registered last summer as a lobbyist for the nonprofit Veterans Exploring Treatment Solutions. The Texas-based organization advocates for psychedelic-assisted mental health therapies for veterans. Fletcher is a combat veteran and has acknowledged his personal struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder. At last year's press conference, he discussed his experience with psychedelic-assisted did
I did a Ibogaine retreat in Mexico, which was truly transformative. Was just life-changing in so many ways.
Longtime Sacramento lobbyist Chris McKaylee says Fletcher's background will be an asset for veterans exploring treatment solutions.
Having a former service member, a veteran himself, advocating for it, I think brings a lot of credibility. Sometimes the messenger is as important or perhaps even more important sometimes than the message that is being delivered.
Fletcher did not respond to a request for comment. He worked on a bill signed into law last year that aims to accelerate research into psychedelic therapies. Scott Rodd, KPBS News.
Changes are expected for local TV station ownership. The corporate owner of ABC 10 News recently rejected a takeover bid by conservative-leaning Sinclair Broadcast Group, and Nexstar is working to acquire 3 San Diego TV stations. KPBS's Amitha Sharma spoke with 10 News alum Lee Swanson and Point Loma Nazarene University School of Journalism Director Dean Nelson about how changes in TV station ownership rules might affect local news.
Dean, in its refusal of Sinclair's hostile takeover bid last month, 10 News owner EW Scripps Company said it's open to evaluating opportunities to enhance shareholder value. How do you read that statement?
There are a lot of people who think that is sort of a signal for what they call a poison pill. And the poison pill is to keep that hostile takeover from happening. The shareholder price of the shares would go down so that the current shareholders would buy more, and they would increase their ownership of that, which would elevate the price of the station. It's risky in that shareholders invest in something so that they can make more money, and if they keep Sinclair from buying the station, is it possible that they ultimately won't make as much money as they could? So actually, on the one hand, this is about journalism, but on the other hand, it's actually about capitalism.
Lee, as you know, the largest TV station owner in the country, Nexstar Media Group, owns 2 local stations, KUSI and Fox 5, and it's now attempting to acquire a third CBS affiliate, KFMB, by buying its rival station owner, Tegna. What is the impact of one company owning 3 stations in one market on local journalism?
First of all, they're doing this because the audience is diminishing, and they want essentially a larger piece of a smaller pie so that they can keep their revenue up. And you can't fault them for that, but they're also cutting jobs mostly in the newsrooms. And in the case of Nexstar, they have a particular political point of view and they want to express that through their stations. I don't care if it's liberal or conservative or what it might be, that's not the way journalism ought to work.
Dean, the FCC's local television rule limits a single entity's ownership of 2 stations per market. There's also the 39% rule. Explain the 39% rule and the purpose of both of those rules.
Yeah, the purpose is to address Lee's concern, which is just having dominant voices on media outlets. The 39% rule isn't about how many stations you can own. The 39% rule in the FCC is how much of the market do you actually influence? And so for any station, whether it's Sinclair or whether it's Nexstar or whomever, to have the voices of that control maybe 39% or more of a particular market is that's against FCC rules. Now, what the FCC is saying under Brendan Carr and I think there's actually some truth to it, is those FCC rules don't matter anymore, given the internet. I look at my students at Point Loma Nazarene, and they aren't getting their news from broadcast. They're getting their news from YouTube. They're getting it from Instagram. They're getting it from their influencers that they're following.
So do you see those rules changing this year?
I don't know how soon, but I definitely see them changing.
KPBS reached out to Nexstar Media Group, Sinclair, and the FCC for comment, but did not hear back. Public Matters is a partnership with KPBS, iNews Source, and Voice of San Diego. You can see more of our stories at kpbs.org/publicmatters. For the past 25 years, the Arts District Liberty Station has been a hub for community and creativity. KPBS arts reporter Audie McAfee connects with artists and tenants about how the former naval base has become one of San Diego's largest creative incubators.
The 25th anniversary campaign at Arts District Liberty Station runs through May 2026. It aims to raise $250,000 to support programs that uplift communities across the San Diego-Tijuana region. CEO Lisa Johnson says the Arts District has come a long way from its past as San Diego's Naval Training Center.
25 years ago, you would have been in waders slogging through mud. And it's hard for people to conceptualize that. And that's what it looked like to where we are today, this beautiful, thriving arts and culture district.
The money being raised is not only for arts-related programming, but also to support its role as a state-recognized cultural district. So far, the site has transformed 18 of its 26 historical buildings, largely through philanthropic support. The newest building is the Joan and Irwin's Jacobs Performing Arts Center, formerly Naval Building 178. Now it's a freestanding live performance space with 2 theaters. Kathy Krentler is a longtime board member of Liberty Station and a Point Loma resident.
We are an important part of everyone never forgetting that we have a naval history in this town. To me, that's the number one most important thing. But then just adding to the arts community and the fact that we have expanded in every different type of art, from visual art to performance art to, we really have helped the arts, the broader arts community in San Diego grow.
The transformation of Liberty Station began decades earlier. In 1993, the U.S. Navy announced plans to close the Naval Training Center under the Base Closure and Realignment Act. The city later entered a lease agreement with the Navy in 1995 to ensure the property would continue to serve the public. In 2000, the site was officially transferred to the city and renamed Arts District Liberty Station, a move aimed at attracting residents and investors. Johnson says today it's a place where young people can explore creative interests outside the classroom.
So maybe they're taking a painting class or a drawing class or a dance class or a music class, and they have an opportunity to express themselves in a whole different way and connect with something. So you just never know if you don't have those opportunities, which many students don't, because a lot of arts programming was removed from schools a long time ago.
Another program supported by the campaign is the Emerging Artist Residency, which provides early career artists with a rent-free studio alongside other artists and organizations for 6 months. Eden Delavara just completed her residency this past year after being rejected the first time she applied in 2024. She says being accepted the following year felt especially meaningful.
I think the second time around felt a lot more like a milestone and valuable, because in the previous year, after the first rejection, I just spent a lot of time continuing moving through doors that were open for me and applying myself. And so I think for that reason, it felt a lot like it had a lot more weight, that it was more significant. So yeah, definitely tears were shed for sure.
Delavara is the same age as the Arts District and remembers visiting Liberty Station as a child, imagining what it might be like to have her own studio.
And to be honest, that always felt a little bit like a pipe dream, like nothing, like I couldn't actually attain that. It was just nice to think about. But this opportunity has allowed me to see my dreams as really attainable possibilities for my life.
Delavara specializes in oil painting and has recently begun working in fiber arts, including quilting. She says her goal is to create a sense of belonging and inspire traditions that can be carried forward.
And so I see myself kind of stitched into that as someone who is aligning with wanting to be in San Diego for a long time and investing in the next generation of artists.
A community-centered gala will be held on April 30th, 2026, celebrating the artists, educators, and civic leaders who helped transform Arts District Liberty Station into what it is today. Audie McAfee, KPBS News.
The 90-year-old historic Sunshine Brooks Theater in Oceanside is undergoing a major renovation. KPBS North County reporter Alexander Nguyen got a look inside to see what's being done.
This is what the lobby and the studio at the Brooks Theater look like now. Carpet pulled up, walls torn off, wires and dust everywhere. But soon it will look like this. The historic theater is undergoing a much-needed renovation.
The project's going to take about 12 weeks.
The 90-year-old theater is city-owned. The Oceanside Theater Company has been leasing it from the city since 2011.
The whole revitalization is about $2.2 million.
Phase 1 costs about $885,000 and will connect the studio and the theater's lobby, which are currently separated by a wall. The renovation will also expand the lobby to add new concession stand and 6 new bathrooms. It's something the theater has needed for a while.
We have 2 right now, and those intermissions, whoo boy, those are very long. But now we have the comfort for our patrons to have 6 unisex bathrooms, 2 ADA bathrooms as well. I think it's really, really good.
Producing artistic director Kevin Blacksboro says the project was 10 years in the making.
So it's been a long phase, a long process. But I think it's time that the community that is constantly growing gets a space that is truly theirs. It grows with them, you know.
Phase 1 is expected to be completed by the end of March. Phase 2 will start at a later date once funding is secured. It'll include updating the theater itself, as well as the lights, sounds, and HVAC systems. For now, the company is in the midst of rehearsal for its world premiere musical, Dead Moose.
Even with the construction, the show must go on. Opening night for Dead Moose is January 24th. In Oceanside, Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
We hope you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm John Carroll. Thank you for joining us.